Will I be able to romance in this game? Yes. There we go. Perfect. And then death block. Ah. Nice. Okay. Now, next up.
And then I'm going to adjust all of the splashes to the rock, and we'll continue from there.
Did that already.
So I duplicated the particles for each of the rock island, and also readjust the position and size so it fits with the rest of the island.
Okay.
Let's try it and see how does it looks like. It may doesn't seem much, but those little details really helps the feel of the game. So whenever you can add more details, then do it. Next we are going to create weapon or shooting system to the
Blowing
project.
shit up time. Wow.
Create a new empty game object. Rename it to shot position.
Guys, we're gonna finally get to blow shit up.
Make this object the child of our hero's sci-fi fighter AK-5.
Oh my god. We're finally at this point in our lives. Holy shit. Create empty object. Was it shot or shoot position? Shot position. Alright. Whatever you say, boss.
And center the object by zeroing out
I'm going to assume you mean reset.
the position in Transform Inspector. Move it on the Z-axis a bit to the front.
That's where our imaginary guns are? Yes. Zoop. I can see a gun being shot out of this.
And you can enable the label icon so it will be visible on the scene editor for easier adjusting.
Oh. Wait, where was that? To the left? Oh, that's cool.
And now let's create the projectile. Duplicate the shot position. Rename it to Standard Blaster.
Standard. Standard blaster? Are you saying there's gonna be power-ups?
And then create new empty game object as the child of the Standard Blaster. Move it on the X-axis, slide to the left, around here.
Holy shit. We're doing it. We're doing it. See, I put mine a little bit too far ahead, so I'm going to assume he wants it to go like where we would assume shots would be coming from our ship. Yeah, okay.
So let's create a new particle system. And I'm going to change the shape to box. And
Another particle system situation. I'm just not a fan of particle systems, apparently. It's alright. We'll figure it out this time. We'll do it.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Credit cam. Thank you.
I'm going to change all the value to 0.
Did I not do that last time we did this? Does that mean change the scale to 0 too? Because all the other ones are 0. But for him, it just says box X, Y, and Z. For me, I have position, rotation, and scale for X, Y, Z. Fuck. I'm in the right spot, right? Yep, shape. That's the one problem with doing a tutorial that is a year old now. They change things. Fuck. Great textures. Thank you. Thank you very much. You? Well, I'll just set it to 0 maybe. Oh no. Let's set that to 1 again. That's fine.
Set the start speed to a lower value, around 2. I'm going to enable
Two. Pre-warm.
looping and pre-warm. Change the duration to 1 and change start lifetime to 0.5. So it's shorter, or around, yeah, maybe 0.5 would be better.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to increase the emission a bit, around 15 value. And we can change the start color to yellowish, bright yellowish, around orange.
Like we can see it anyway. Here, it was renderer, right? I'm trying to remember what. I always forget it each time. We did it earlier. Was it this? It was this. Yeah, set it to this so we can actually see what we're doing. That's helpful. Did we set this to 0? If we set that to 0, it freaks out on us, so I think that's fine as is.
Okay, so change also the transparency, the alpha value.
Good point, my brother, man. Is it the same? 0.5 to 1, 0.5 to start size. Yeah. That's the same, alright. Oh.
So we get this additive effect. And then I'm going to change the size over lifetime.
Gonna make it smaller, right?
Like the one we have on our thruster.
Yeah, we're gonna make it smaller.
So at the end of the curve, we are going to...
Yeah, gotcha. You make it into an actual, like, pew pew pew. Size of lifetime. Wait, yo. We have a problem here. Why aren't you showing down there like you used to? You used to do that to do... You used to help me out here. Where'd you go? Found it. It was down here the whole time. I think. Yeah. Nice. Down. Pew 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 and shit.
to lower the size. So it gets smaller on the end. Okay, we can also change the start size to a smaller value.
Yeah, it's a little bit high.
Zero point 0.5, or I'm going just to leave it on 1. Start speed to around 1.5.
Start speed 1.5. Mine is so much chiller compared to his.
And then I'm going to duplicate the particle
And just slide it over
mirror
to the
it
other
to
side.
the other side. So just
Gotcha. Maybe it's okay. You haven't used it a lot so far, but you think getting Playmaker's worth it? I think it's interesting. It's a different method of doing the same shit, really.
remove the minus sign on the X position, so it
I mean, honestly,
aligns to
if you already know proper coding, I don't think it's really necessary. But from what I've read on like comments and reviews and shit, it's nice.
the other side. Okay, so now we are going to set the collider. So select the standard blaster and then add box collider, and I'm going to adjust the position so it aligns with our particle effect, and then scale the X size and also the Y, also the Z, and then readjust the position further.
Okay. Interesting. We're doing it on that for some reason. Oops. It's not really obvious for me where the frick this is. Guess that's around, right? I think so. His is so much darker. Alright.
Make sure that the collider is smaller than our particle.
Oh, it's smaller? Okay. So I want it to be smaller. I guess that's fine. Is trigger?
And then I'm going to check is trigger options, and we are going to copy this collider and
Oh, the same other spot? Alright. Wait, where is this one at? Okay. Copy. Bam. Alright.
remove the negative sign on the x-axis so it gets mirrored to the other particle.
I'll be going dark. Yeah, it's just a chill.
And we are going to drag the standard blaster to be our prefabs inside the prefabs folder.
Oh, okay. I don't have a prefabs folder. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I never made a prefabs folder. How could I be so naive? Holy shit. Wait a second. Where'd I put my shit? Standard blaster. Okay. Prefab. I'm fucking stupid. Prefab. There we go. Okay. It's in. We got the prefabs folder. Wait, what? What has happened? Did I put it in plugins? I did. How am I managing anything today? Okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Does that mean I have shurikens coming out of my thing now? I am a ninja ship.
I'm going to delete the standard blasters. We already create the prefabs.
You're a genius.
And then I'm going to create a new empty game object and position in front of our ship, and I'm going to add a light component.
Ooh, a light? Lighting. We lit up.
I'm going also to increase the intensity of the light around 6.
Fuck that shit. We going hard. We going supernova.
And after we adjust the position, yeah, a bit above, so we can see that our ship is getting lit.
Our ship is getting hella lit. Bam. Yo, fuck this shit. Bam! What color we want? Purple. Hell yeah, our shit's getting lit.
When we are disable and
I'm
enabling
going to
our
assume
light,
this is when we shoot the guns. This will come on.
this is going to be our flash effect.
Standard blasters will be a set of nukes.
And under our sci-fi fighter, we're going to create a new FSM.
Oh shit, yo, I was making memes. What happened?
This is going to be our flash effects.
Okay, so we're disabling it for now? We are, okay.
And under our sci-fi fighter, we're going to create a new FSM and going to rename this FSM to AK5.
Wait a second. How did he exactly do that? Okay, he clicked the button there, huh? Interesting. Alright. What did he click here? Huh. Okay, interesting.
And going to rename this FSM to AK5 fire. And for firing, I'm going to use a get button down action.
Get button.
And
okay.
And then we are going to create a new event. I'm going to create a new event called fire.
Did y'all capitalize it?
And then I'm going to add the
This motherfucker went hard. Honestly, one.
transition fire to the first state, and also set that event to the send event.
Send event to fire. Okay, so we have to give the actual event fire
under get button down. And on
okay, we're adding another state.
second state, we are going to create an object. We are going to use create object actions, and then we are going to create our standard blaster prefabs.
Oh, we're creating the blaster. Okay. We have so
as the game object. And for the spawn point, we are going to use the shot position.
Shot position, okay. Oh, that's why he wanted to make the shot position gettable. Okay. Where did we have that again? There we go.
And then we are going to use activate game object.
This is for the light. Okay.
For enabling our lights. And so we can drag our
Okay. Specify.
lights object to the game object. And then make sure reset on exit is checked. So when it exits this state, it will get disabled again.
Okay.
So add finish.
We never actually set
and
what
go back
fire's
to
button
state
is.
1.
Oh, okay. So once it's done, it will just Okay, so it loops.
And I'm going
Oh, that's a cool way to do it.
to add a wait action, so we cannot
So you can't spam it the whole time? You genius.
fires too rapidly. Set the time to a smaller value, around
Cookie Clicker wouldn't have this.
0.05. Okay,
And it finishes event finished.
so this should work, but we will have to add an FSM on our standard blaster prefab. So I'm going to add a Playmaker FSM, and then
Excuse me, hold on one second. What are you on about?
but we will have to add an FSM on our standard blaster prefab. So I'm going to add a Playmaker FSM, and then under the Playmaker editor, I'm going to choose our default.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay, gotcha. So, go to our prefab for standard blaster. Inspector. FSM.
Default blaster, standard blaster prefabs.
And we're doing the one that we just put in, right?
And I'm going to add a translate action.
Oh, wait. Hold your roll, son.
I'm going to choose our default blaster 0.05. An FSM on our standard blaster prefab. So I'm going to add a Playmaker FSM. And then under the Playmaker editor, I'm going to choose our default blaster, standard blaster prefabs.
Standard blaster prefab. And that's where we're going to add an FSM. Wait, that's going to add 2.
And I'm going to add it.
I'm sorry. Did you add a script or an FSM?
So prefabs. And
It was already there. What? You know what? Maybe since this is old, maybe that version doesn't need that, what I just did. So maybe this should work just fine. Probably. Yeah.
I'm going to add a translate.
Let's assume
action.
this will work. Let's assume what we just did will work. We're just adjusting for new tech. It's fine. Is this how
Set
we
the
get
space
keys?
to world, and I'm going to set the Z axis value to 35.
Why? Can you please explain why we're setting the Z-axis value to 35? Please?
And make sure per second and every frame is checked.
Why
And
did we
then
do
add
that?
destroy object
Why did we
after
set it to 35?
translate, below translate. Set the delay to
Okay, so it's below
around 1.5 second, and
0.5.
add standard blaster as the game object. So it will get this prefabs will get destroyed after burn for 5.
Okay, so this is just killing itself. I'm just still wondering why we set this translate Z to 35. What exactly that's for. Huh.
And let's try this.
Like I get what that's. Oh shit! I get why we did the second part at least, but what's the 35 for? I'm gonna drag the prefab in here.
As you can see there, on our hierarchy, we can.
Wait a second. What the fuck? What? What? What the fuck just happened? What? Why? What's happening? Also, when did I make a click thing? When did that happen? Is that all just automated, generated shit with the Playmaker stuff? I wanted to actually input the key. When did I put the key in there? When was that, like, established? Where? See, it says get button event fire1 button name. The event is fire1. Create object activate. Get button down is just fire1. Is fire1 the name of mouse1? Holy shit. Lock the object on the x-axis. You mean the ship? I'm sorry, it took me a second for me to actually understand what the fuck was going on. Fuck, how do I even do that? I know how to do this. Constraints? Yeah. Freeze those two, right? Wait, that's not right, is it? No, now I can't move. Also, that's not even correct anyway. Was it rotation? Is that my problem right now? No, that wouldn't work either. Those are default names. You can find them in the input tab. Mouse down is mouse 1. Then why did the thing with Playmaker make it so my left click makes the shooty booty happen? Z should be locked. Shit, now I can't go up and down. Are you sure it was Z that should be locked, sir? Oh, man. What has happened? What has occurred here? Why do I blast off? Man. What the fuck? Is it the shoe position? Is the shoe position my problem? Should it be ahead of it? Like maybe there? And these prefabs? Well, the shoe position is moved, so now it should be ahead of it, so it should be fine, right? It still spins. And it jerks it. What the fuck? That looks like the y-axis? Hold on a second. At one point, for our mesh collider, for the ship, we took it off of its trigger. What if we keep it on? It was because we took it off his trigger. And now we go supernova when we shoot. And we'll go through this wall. But that's okay. We'll just add a kill wall there sometime maybe. So it was because we had our actual dealio set there. Dude, I thought I used my brain and we fixed it. As said, those are the input tab. The input tab names Fire 1 as Mouse 1, but you can change it to Spacebar if you want it, and the name will remain Fire 1. Just go to Project Settings, if I recall, and Input, and there's options to edit those names there. Okay, so I can... Okay. So Fire 1 was just the default. Gotcha. Oh, we got that fixed. We did it. You know what would be great if we changed this water here and it was just space and stars, man. Space and stars. What else do you have to say to me, sir?
Oh shit, I'm
See,
sorry.
it gets created and
Take your
later
time.
it gets destroyed. So, there you
Okay, so the reason why we did the translate, if I am understanding this properly, so the translate was it? It was the prefab, right? Okay, we said the translate 35, right? So if I'm getting this correctly, if I set this to say, for example, 90, this will go even further if I am understanding this properly. So 35 was just how far. Okay, it just shoots very fast now. Okay, what if I set that to 10? What happens then? Okay, so that does in fact affect... Send that bitch to 50. But still, let's see here. So, translate. Is there a way I can get an understanding of what the fuck this is? Explain to me, please. Alright, translate. Translates a game object along each axis. Uses the object's local space by default. Amount to translate. Okay. It's the travel distance. See, I thought it was the travel distance. But apparently... No, it still is the travel distance. Okay, alright. So it is the travel distance. But... Okay, so it's the travel distance. And... how far it goes affects how fast the animation is. That's what I was thinking about. So what I thought was that wasn't related to the actual animation of it going out. What I thought was when I shot that out when it was set to like 90, it would just, you know, go the same speed it was going before, but go all the way out very far. So it is the travel distance. Okay. And I can go through this wall now, so I'd have to add a kill zone there. Alright, cool. So basically what happens is translate means speed because it translates a bit of every frame and then dies after 1.5 seconds. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm understanding. See, you gotta ask questions, otherwise you won't learn, right? Alright, let's just see what else he has to say here.
go.
I think
We
this is the end of this
have
part.
a very nice basic working system for the speed, the environment, the fire system, and we are going to develop this further on the next episode. So, thanks for watching. I hope you like this tutorial, and if you like what you're watching,
I wonder. He made this video 7/17. It took him 11 days to publish it. Man's busy. Man's a busy man. Alright, that's cool. Well, people, I think that's a good stopping point. We've come not very far, but we're doing something. Something's happening here. We're slowly getting it. Slowly. And our ship doesn't flip out every time we shoot the gun. So that's good. We did it, boys. But yeah, I was just going to be a little Unity stream before I go get some sleep. So, yeah. That's it from me. Thank y'all for stopping by. We'll pick this up again in the near future. Yeah, I like the idea of just getting this little thing done. I mean, sure, it is still a tutorial and following his steps and shit, but it's kind of like watching like your older brother draw, and you're like, I want to do what he's doing, and then you try to draw it too, but it's garbage anyway, even if he tells you what to do. So, yeah, that's it for me. So I'll catch y'all later, and yeah, have a good night.